Okay. Good evening, everyone. Deb?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6 et sec. Notice of which was sent to the record in the Star Ledger and was posted on the municipal bulletin board. Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Here. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Here.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, before we begin, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the terrible ordeal that happened today in Texas. Our hearts and prayers and souls to all of the folks there. Okay, such sad news in our country today. Can't imagine what those families are all going through. All right, Deb, what's next on our list is we have a proclamation. We had two, but we gave one of our proclamations at the committee of the whole. So we have one that remains, and pretty much this month is Pride Month, and we made that presentation, and we will be having a flag raising on June the 1st at Atlantic Street Park at 3:30. And it's also Mental Health Month. So I'm going to read our proclamation for Mental Health Month. From the Office of the Mayor in the City of Hackensack, whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and whereas mental illnesses are real and prevalent in our nation, and half of us will have a mental health diagnosis at some point in our lives. And whereas anyone experiencing stress, trauma, anxiety, and heightened levels of depression should feel comfortable in seeking help and support to manage these times. And whereas engaging in prevention, early identification, and early intervention are effective ways to reduce the burden of mental illnesses. And therefore, I, Kathleen Canestrino, Deputy Mayor of the City of Hackensack, along with the Mayor and members of the City Council, do hereby proclaim May 2022 as Mental Health Month and call upon residents, government agencies, schools, private businesses, nonprofit organizations, and other groups to join in activities to strengthen and protect the mental health of our community. Next, we have the approval of the minutes for the regular committee of the whole and the executive session May 10th. Can I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Thank you. We have the city manager's report.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Number one, the city will be hosting our annual Memorial Day ceremony, which will be on May 31st at 10 a.m. at Veterans Park. As the Deputy Mayor had just stated, there will be a flag raising ceremony in honor of Pride Month on June 1st at 3:30 p.m. and that'll be at Atlantic Street Park. The City of Hackensack is proud to announce that we are the recipient of the Downtown New Jersey Excellence Award, which is being presented to the Mayor tonight, and that is the reason why he is not here tonight. The city will be hosting a 4th of July celebration along with a summer concert series. Information is available on the website. The Hack Pack is launching a series of summer events at Atlantic Street Park to include Friday night mini concerts, sunset yoga, and movies under the stars. The Stigma Free Committee will be sponsoring a popsicle event on June 9th. That will be at Atlantic Street Park. The City of Hackensack will be hosting their 28th annual golf outing, which will take place on June 16th. The city's shred event will be on Saturday, June 25th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Please be advised that Teterboro Airport will be hosting a number of military aircraft arrivals and departures in honor of the U.S. Navy Fleet Week. Helicopters and jets are expected throughout the weekend until Tuesday, May 31st. We have also posted this on Nixle and social media alerts to follow. I'd like to announce that the City of Hackensack COVID-19 mini grant program is coming to an end. This is the program where the city has distributed federal stimulus funds received for COVID-19 to directly help low to moderate income residents and small businesses that were affected financially by the COVID-19 pandemic. The deadline to apply for this program is June 30th. We'd like to encourage any eligible resident or small business to apply for this grant before the program expires. Many other COVID-19 residential relief programs were only open to low-income residents. Our program is targeted to low or moderate income families or individuals, as long as they haven't received COVID-19 relief from any other federally funded source. Likewise, small businesses, those with 25 or fewer employees, are also encouraged to apply before the June 30th deadline. And again, businesses that receive relief from another federally funded program are ineligible. Please visit the city's website for details and to apply. So far, this program has helped 118 Hackensack residents receive grants of $2,000 each, and 60 Hackensack small businesses receive grants between $2,500 and $5,000 each. We want every eligible individual and small business to take advantage of this program and apply as soon as possible. Again, the deadline to apply is June 30th. The deadline to apply is June 30th. Some updates from the May 10th council meeting as follows. Upgraded speed signs have been installed on Fairmont Ave. Additional speed signs are being considered and purchased for Spring Valley, as well as several other locations that we've been contacted about or targeted as areas that may be useful to have these signs. Ms. Geddes had inquired about the total cost of lead remediation at Johnson Park at the last meeting. I did some research, and the total for that remediation was $528,398. Mr. Miller had a question about 279 Ross and the electrical permit delay. I contacted the building department. The permit was issued as of May 11th. Also for Mr. Miller, 400 Main Street, the pilot clarification of this ordinance. The pilot amount of $868,000 noted in the ordinance should have read $1.5 million. We use this amount as a general estimate. Mistake in Clarendon, the PD has relocated the school crossing sign for eastbound traffic to the actual crosswalk. Believe it or not, there was not a sign there where the crosswalk was. It was originally a block away on the other side of Haynes. Westbound traffic has the sign at the crosswalk, and the tree is scheduled for trimming to accommodate additional visibility. The crossing guard will now have more visibility. However, there is no electronic sign is recommended for this location. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, Deb, so I guess we're on to new business.
Yes?
And we'll start with resolution 244-22.
Okay, this is the resolution for the final adoption of ordinance number 17-2022, an ordinance adopting second amendment to the record site redevelopment plan for the delineated redevelopment area consisting of block 300, lots 3.01, 3.02, 3.03, 3.04, and 3.05, formerly known as block 203.01, lots 2, 3, and 3.01, and block 300, lots 3.01 and 3.02. We need a motion to remove ordinance 17-2022 from the table for final adoption. Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Okay, now do we need a motion to open to the public?
Yes.
Do we need a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come up and give your name and whether or not you live in Hackensack to the clerk. Not seeing anyone, may I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Now I need a motion to approve.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 17-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Right, resolution 245-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 20-2022, an ordinance to amend chapter 175 zoning of the code of the City of Hackensack with respect to cannabis cultivator licenses available pursuant to the New Jersey Cannabis Regulatory Enforcement Assistance and Marketplace Modernization Act. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
And just for the record, the planning board did conduct their review and confirmation of agreement with this.
Yes.
Okay.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
If anyone wishes to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward, give your name and whether or not you live in Hackensack. Seeing none, can I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia. Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Now can I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Abstain.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 20-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
And just a reminder that this needs to go to the Bergen County Planning Board and the tax assessor. Thanks.
Resolution 246-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 23-2022, an ordinance adopting 360 Main Street YMCA redevelopment plan for the delineated redevelopment area consisting of block 402, lots 12, 16.01, and 16.02. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for public hearing.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward, give your name and your location to, for the clerk.
Good evening, Fred Miller, Hackensack. I understand, well, this ordinance is probably just gonna pass anyway, but I wanna state my objection. Looking at the plan, the building goes straight to the sidewalks, for the little sidewalk that goes to the street, there appears to be no provision for any sort of turn lane. With so many people there are gonna be cars, just by the current alone, the amount of traffic that turns out there, there was no provision for a turn lane. As a Hackensack resident, I just think it's too much for one area, but I just wanted to say my piece that I object to it.
Thank you for your comment. There is an open plaza on that corner. It's a substantial amount. I think I'm trying to remember, I think it was something like 6,000 square feet of open plaza. Certainly it requires to conform to all the setbacks as set forth in the rehab plan, and it has not gone through site plan approval yet, but all indications are that it will conform to those plans. Anyone else wish to speak on this ordinance? May I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Can I have a motion to adopt?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen and State of New Jersey that ordinance number 23-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Resolution 247-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 25-2022, an ordinance to amend Chapter 45A of the City Code of Affordable Housing to address the requirements of the Fair Housing Act and uniform housing affordability controls regarding compliance with the city's affordable housing obligations. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Anyone from the public that wishes to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward and give your name and if you're a Hackensack resident. Seeing none, can I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Can I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 25-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Resolution 248-22.
This is a resolution for final adoption of ordinance number 26-2022, an ordinance authorizing a lease extension for the rental of parking spaces at the Johnson Public Library Lot, 274 Main Street. This ordinance has been published according to law and now calls for a public hearing.
May I have a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Anyone who wishes to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please come forward, give your name and whether or not you're a Hackensack resident. Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
May I have a motion to adopt this ordinance?
Offer.
Roll call.
You don't hear me?
Sorry. Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, that ordinance number 26-2022 has passed its second and final reading and is hereby adopted.
Resolution 249-22.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 28-2022, an ordinance to amend Chapter 148 of the Code of the City of Hackensack, Streets and Sidewalks to make certain technical changes and updates.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 28-2022 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on June 14th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Resolution 250-22.
This is a resolution for the introduction of ordinance number 30-2022, an ordinance authorizing contract for purchase of real estate for the City of Hackensack to acquire a portion of block 500 Lot 97 for public parking for city-owned recreational facilities consisting of approximately 2.179 acres of surface parking area and a permanent easement from University Plaza Drive.
Can I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent. Be it resolved that the above ordinance being ordinance 30-2022 as introduced is now passed on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on June 14th, 2022 at 8:00 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Resolution 251-22.
This is a resolution requesting approval of items of revenue and appropriations NJSA 48:4-87 Chick-fil-A baseball/softball grant.
Can I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 252-22.
It's a resolution requesting approval of items of revenue and appropriation NJSA 48:4-87 Arbor Day Foundation grant.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 253-22.
It's a resolution authorizing accrued time payout of $114,930.29 to Fire Lieutenant Spiro Liakis.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 254-22.
It's a resolution authorizing the cancellation of road opening trust fund balance.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 255-22.
This is a resolution authorizing the City of Hackensack tax collector to prepare and mail estimated tax bills in accordance with Public Law 1994C.72.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 256-22.
This is a resolution authorizing tax refunds for state court judgments, overpayments, 100% exemption, and duplicate payments.
May I have an offer to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 257-22.
This is a resolution approving and accepting the donation from Michelle Alcaday for a park bench in memory of her grandmother Felicidad Alcaday to be placed on the green on Main Street.
May I have a motion to approve?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Resolution 258-22.
It's a resolution authorizing payment of bills.
Offer?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus is absent.
Anyone have any issues with anything on the consent agenda?
No.
All good? Okay, Deb, consent agenda.
The following items are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by certification of availability of funds. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda, and consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes, including any exceptions and/or additions. Consent agenda consists of Resolution 259-22 through 270-22. 259-22 is a resolution authorizing the submission of Bergen County Open Space Recreation Floodplain Protection Farmland and Historic Preservation Trust Fund 2022 grant application for West Railroad Park Project. Resolution 260-22 is a resolution authorizing renewal of liquor licenses for the 2022-2023 license term. 261-22 is a resolution authorizing award of co-op contract to Joseph M. Sanzeri, Inc. for Clinton Place sanitary sewer repair. Resolution 262-22 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Suburban Engineering for environmental assessment of 3 University Plaza. Resolution 263-22 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Suburban Engineering for environmental oversight for 101-129 Green Street. Resolution 264-22 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Suburban Engineering for Clay Street combined sewer overflow separation west of rail bid and construction services. Resolution 265-22 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to First Student Transportation for summer camp bus transportation. Resolution 266-22 is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Suburban Engineering for license C2 operator services. Resolution 267-22 is a resolution authorizing the City of Hackensack to purchase and install 4 bus shelters from New Jersey Transit for the State Street at Camden, State Street at Lawrence Street, Prospect Avenue at Atlantic, and Prospect Avenue at Central Avenue bus stops. Resolution 268-22 is a resolution authorizing a raffle license. Resolution 269-22 is a resolution urging the swift passage of State of New Jersey Senate S-330, which restores energy tax receipts over a 5-year period to the municipalities. And Resolution 270-22 is a resolution authorizing the award of professional service agreement to Sheranian Edwards Nolan LLC as special counsel for affordable housing.
May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as read?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus, yes.
Okay, thank you, Deb. Can I have a motion to open to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus, yes.
Anyone from the public that wishes to speak, please come forward, give your name and whether or not you're a Hackensack resident, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Good evening. I'm not used to taking this side of the podium. Dave Sims, previous deputy mayor. The city of Hackensack, the county seat of Bergen County, was the first city to make Juneteenth a paid holiday for its employees. Now, as I look at the city calendar for 2022, I see that it is now the first city to not vote to have Juneteenth a paid holiday in 2022. Let's remember that Juneteenth is a federal holiday. The former city manager, Ted Ehrenberg, bless his soul, and I myself talked about this for the past 2 years before this holiday was finally approved last year. Can somebody please explain to me why this important holiday was not adapted for the 2022 calendar year? There were no announcements made about this holiday. It was not approved for Hackensack City employees. Mr. Carroll, I'll look to you to take up this mission as to why this is not on the calendar this year. Since you replaced me, and we thought you would be the voice of our community, you now have the ball. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Good evening, Bridget Hackensack. I'm going to stand behind Dave Sims, our former deputy mayor. And Mr. Carroll, I am going to ask you, and you are supposed to represent our community. So I'm going to ask you, what happened to Juneteenth? Why wasn't it voted onto the city calendar? Last year, it was a celebration in Carver's Park for the community. This year, there's no celebration. Last year, you give your city employees the day off with pay. This year, there's nothing. So I'm gonna look to you with an answer. Not just for you to sit there and be a figurehead, but for you to answer why this has happened here. So that's what we're going to look to you. So you're gonna be able to give us an answer at the end of this session here. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to say thank you for your help with the permit. But with that, I also wanted to say, when the permit was generated, my electrician was called. He went in the next day. He got there, he called me at 4:45. The website says you're open till 4:30. He said he walked in while the lady he knows that gives out permits was walking out. He went in, there's no one there to give the permit. I had to take time from work to go get it. So I was very disappointed in that. Because if you're open, you should be able to get that. But again, thank you for your help anyway with the process.
Good evening, Deputy Dennis Hackensack. As former Deputy Mayor Sims put it, it's on your head now, Mr. Carroll. The community it will be waiting to hear, let's hear your opinion on this issue. And like Ms. Brucker said, we're not just looking for a figurehead. We're looking for somebody to take control in matters that pertain to us as a people, especially during this time in this country where we see the hostility is more than rising towards African Americans. So Mr. Carroll, we're waiting. And please, without hesitation, please respond to what Mr. Sims and Ms. Rucker said, and myself. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wish to speak? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close to the public?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Von Rudenberg. Aye. Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia.
Aye.
Councilmember Carroll.
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus, Scott.
Steph, would you like to comment?
I just wanted to thank Mr. Cohen for coming out and the Shade Tree Committee for the presentation earlier. I couldn't think of a better spot than you guys have picked. The students at Jackson Ave will be very fortunate to take advantage of that project and the learning space, and that's wonderful. Thank you to Ash Rodriguez, founder of the Gay Straight Alliance at Hackensack Middle School, for coming out and presenting the pride flag to the city. We're honored to have it and we appreciate it. A quick thank you to our rec department, DPW, and Sal, our field maintenance go-to guy at Brishini Park. The fields have been in great shape. The kids have been out there playing softball and baseball. On tonight's agenda, there's actually, we approved a grant from SNY and Chick-fil-A for $5,000 for baseball and softball at Hackensack to purchase gear and equipment. And we were, speaking to representatives from both companies, telling them the new the plans for the park and how we're improving with turf and lighting and different projects. And they just said it sounds great. Myself and Mr. Carroll have been working diligently with our city manager and Ryan to try to get those projects up and running at Brishini Park, and we're excited to do that. And it's gonna just look great down there, and the kids are gonna be able to take advantage of it. And just thank you to our volunteers. This year was the first year I actually had to coach a team. I'm coaching softball. I kind of involuntarily started coaching, and I've always been involved with helping out in wrestling and baseball, but to be a coach out there, it's definitely an intense, thankless job between the kids and the parents screaming, and it's I've been an educator for over 15 years, and you think you could do anything as a teacher, and it's just different being out there, being a coach. And I think sometimes people don't realize, you're volunteering your time and you're trying your best. So thanks to all the volunteers that are constantly out there for all our different sports. It's much appreciated. Thank you and have a good night.
Yeah.
No comment, nice, thank you for coming.
Terry?
Yes. I'd like to address the three individuals that questioned about I will sit back and have a meeting with the city manager and get the information that you're looking for to find out the reason why the holidays and stuff wasn't paid and so forth. So I will meet with the city manager to discuss it. And everyone get home safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Again, I'll echo some of what Stephanie said. Again, thank you, Josh, for your presentation on what we're going to be doing on the Jackson Avenue School. We also had at the Committee of the Whole, we had our grant writer talk about grant money that's going to be put into another small park on West Railroad out there. And I think it was last week, we had the Environmental Committee come in and work that they're going to be doing on Union Street Park. And I think this is great news, where we have a lot of folks in town that are coming together and seeing areas that need improvement. We're able to secure grant monies to not impact the taxpayers and get this done. You get the community involved in helping and putting their hands in. And, you feel good when you do things like that. You come back later and you see what you've accomplished. And it really does our hearts good to see folks getting more and more involved in the city. I usually like to talk a little bit about the highlights of what's on the agenda with respect to redevelopment or other important things. There's a couple of redevelopment issues. One, it was just a small amendment to the record property. They have a potential business that needs a drive-through, and with the businesses that may be coming there, they're asking for a larger sign. So with the size of that property, it kind of makes sense for those things. So that was basically the gist of what that was. 400 Main Street, this is the old YMCA property. This is just a redevelopment plan. They're looking at this point to make that corner be really lovely in an open plaza. And I think it's going to be a great project, and we look forward to hearing more about it at the planning board during site plan approval. Sewer work continues. If you were here at the Committee of the Whole, you heard Ryan, our project engineer, as always, give updates on what's happening, but there were also a number of resolutions on here that are providing funding, and one of the big pieces of that funding is finally getting across the railroad on this whole, what we call the Clay Street project for the sewer separation. And tonight we were basically approving that work to begin and start on the west side of the railroad, which is a major step forward in that particular project. Other than that, I think Vinny mentioned if you hear more air traffic noise louder than ever, it is Fleet Week, and we heard from Teterboro Airport that there's going to be a number of flybys, etc., over the Memorial Day weekend, and so don't panic if you hear it. That's all that it really is. I spoke at great length at the last council meeting about helping us and continuing to help us by logging complaints. When you hear something, say something, log your noise complaints. I talked at great length last time about a tool that's called Air Noise that you can use, and it will allow you to log 30 complaints a month for free, or for a small price you can log even more. It generates very useful reports. If you're willing to really help the city and generate those reports, email them either to me directly or to the city manager. I have some folks already doing that, and it's greatly appreciated. If you need more info on that, you can see it on the city website. Or you can certainly call the city manager's office and get more information. Thank you all who came tonight and participated. Again, we had a moment of silence for what happened today in Texas, and I'm sure we all leave with a heavier heart than we woke up with this morning, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone that's living and experiencing such a Have a good night, and we hope to see you again next time. Motion to close.
Offer.
Roll call.
Councilmember Von Rudenberg.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino.
Aye.
Councilmember Pataglia. Councilmember Carroll.
All right.
Mayor LaBrus. Yes.
Thanks, everybody.